Who that family? Check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out the Pro Shop and who that too. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, Who That Nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that? To the black and gold fam, man. We in this thing. Friday episode of the Coma. We in the building. Saints agree to terms with safety. Sorensen, Daniel Sorensen. Much love to the fam. And like I've been saying for some time now, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys, where we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q. I'm in the building, and we got Suede is in the building as well. My dog Black Suede is co-hosting and riding shotgun in this episode of the Coma. So much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being in the live stream. On this one is the Saints get a former Kansas City Chief safety. His name is not named Tyron. His name Daniel Sorensen. So most likely he's is pretty much a backup safety. That'll be. But listen, Daniel Sorensen, man, he lacks athletic ability, but this guy is a really smart football player. No. Daniel Sorensen is a really smart safety. He doesn't have the athletic ability that you like, but he's always around the football. This is a solid signing, man. Of course, a lot of people want to see Tyrann Mathieu, the guy that to be here, but of course the Saints are kind of surprisingly swayed addressing the defensive they've added since they had Jameis back. But of course, we had Kentavious Street, the defensive lineman. They signed Marcus May, the safety, to replace Marcus Williams. And now we got another safety in Sorensen. The only issue is that Sorensen mean that you don't bring PJ Williams back? Is this a sign? That's the only question I have. I hope it's not the case, as they are negotiating with PJ according to that. But Sway, welcome in the show, and tell me what you think about some of the signings the Saints have such far.
Well, I predicted the previous year, PJ Williams would do a good job. I think it's PJ's job to lose, man. I definitely like May. May is pretty good. He's a good tackler. He's aggressive. I think we actually upgraded over Marcus Williams, the dude who missed the Vikings. He ain't been straight since he missed that Vikings tackle. But I like May, and Sorensen isn't bad. He's a pretty good guy. Last year, he had 2 interceptions.
a sack, and a touchdown. So that previous year before the 2020, he had 3 interceptions and touchdowns. So and he's pretty good. He's a veteran who knows where to be on the field at all times. I like those two safety signings. I think we need to definitely address some offensive weapons now and leave it at that. I think the defense is put together with the loss of Terron Armstead. How you feel about that, Q?
Well, Terron Armstead, man, we kind of knew Terron was going to be gone. I mean, we said that basically about Marcus Williams. Saints did free up the money, but we knew, and of course, Terron waited as long as he did because he was waiting to see if the Saints was going to sign Deshaun Watson. That was something that actually was tweeted out. But once Deshaun Watson decided to go to Cleveland, he went to Miami. And I was like, okay, why not? Immediately, why not extend that courtesy for Jameis? So I often ask the question, about what the hell is going on here with the you would wait for Deshaun Watson, but not Jameis, and of course with Cam's promoting of other quarterbacks instead of Jameis, he had to eat pie. But Mocha, thank you for your super chat, fam. Appreciate you. Fam, please.
I know one thing, Q.
Please super chat.
Sean Payton wouldn't have waited for Deshaun Watson like that. You'd have kept him pushing.
Well, my thing is and I came out. We talked about that. I was like, man, this guy playing games, man. It's not hard to see what kind of bullshit he was running, man. But we waited a little too longer than what we were supposed to. But anyway, much love to the fam. I appreciate you guys being in the live stream. Much love to you. Please feel free to hit upon the like button if you hadn't hit it. Over 60 of us in here. Please feel free to hit the like button. And please subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And above all, make sure you share the show's link on your social media feed with other Black and Gold family members as well. So much love to the families we get going. Let's start it off like this. We're going to get into the article because this is what the show's name out. Saints agree to terms with safety Daniel Sorensen. Sorensen entering his 9th NFL season. First entered the league as an undrafted free agent with the KC Chiefs out of Brigham Young. BYU, another guy we got on the team from BYU named Mr. Taysom Hill. Now, the Saints announced today they have agreed to terms with unrestricted safety Daniel Sorensen. And, of course, the announcement was made by Saints Executive Vice President, General Manager, Mickey Loomis. Sorensen entered his 9th NFL season. First entered the league as an undrafted free agent with the Chiefs out of Brigham Young in 2014. In 8 seasons with the Chiefs, he's played in 111 regular season games with 39 starts, posted career totals of 378 tackles, 288 of which were solo, 4.5 sacks for loss of 38 yards. He had 12 interceptions that were returned for 253 yards, 4 touchdowns, 33 pass defense, 4 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, 29 special team stops, 1 coverage fumble recovery, and a blocked field goal. Sorensen played in 15 playoff contests with 10 starts and posted 77 tackles, 49 solo. He had a 24-yard interception return, 2 pass defense, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 coverage stop. As you see, Sorensen is an active character. He's 6'2", 210 pounds, out of California. He played in 17 regular season contests. Yeah, in 7 starts and 21, he posted 51 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions, including a 75-yard return for touchdown, 8 passes defense in 3 playoff contests. Had 14 tackles, each, and 8 of which was solo. He's a 4-year letterman at BYU. Sorensen appeared in 51 games, recording 211 tackles, 8 interceptions, returned 81 yards, returned for 81 yards and 1 touchdown there. A school record 23 pass defense, 2 forced fumbles, and 2 fumble recoveries. Sorensen is a very active guy. He's coming here to the Black and Gold to be a backup safety for him, despite the fact that he has a lot of starter experience. And what's interesting, like I said, Sorensen is not an athletic marvel. You put the tape on and watch Sorensen play. He's not an athletic marvel, but he's a guy that's smart and does seem to be in the proper places. This is a special teams guy that knows and is really intelligent. You put the tape on, like I said, nothing athletically gifted about him, but he's really intelligent and knows how and where to be. So Sorensen's a solid move. The only question is, he's signed a 1-year deal with the Black and Gold, and a lot of people saying, "Well, Q, why are we looking at signing Sorensen? Why the Saints are not going after wide receivers?" Well, that's a great question, and ultimately they tried that right. And Swade alluded to that, but that's the Saints attempted to try to get Marquez Valdez-Scantling, and was outbidded by the service by the Kansas City Chiefs, who had earlier traded Tyreek Hill to the Miami Dolphins for several picks, and then they come back with Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So the Saints were outbidded by them. Basically gave him a 3-year contract, averaged about $10 million a year. So, and then of course, according to KC Press, it really breaks down to a 2-year contract, which is about $9 million a year. In the third year, it's like an option or something like that. So, according to the Chiefs Wire. But anyway, Sway, we'll see. Is this a stoppage in PJ Williams? We talked about that. But Sorensen does provide versatility. Well, he does provide some help in the special teams and as a backup safety. Hopefully, PJ still comes back as well. And the Saints still need to, in my opinion, draft the safety because Sorensen's still on a 1-year deal. Malcolm Jenkins is in the final year of his deal as well. So the Saints going to definitely have to reach into
my question is this, Q. My question is this.
Yes, sir.
Maybe I've been away too long. Have we ever solved the second cornerback problem?
Paulson Adebo.
Oh, we're gonna roll with Adebo. Okay.
Yeah, he did. Adebo did pretty damn well last year.
He did okay. Yeah,
he was a rookie to say the part. He did pretty well. So you have Laddie Daddy and Adebo there, and then of course the nickelback. It's Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. They restructured Roby's contract. So yeah. So I mean, you're doing all right. Now it's up to the Saints to kind of do up that wide receiver, go on the offensive side there, and give James some weapons. So we'll see how it all shakes and folds, man. But yeah. Definitely a help wanted sign. Yeah, wide receivers. Yeah, so a help wanted sign. Slim, you ain't lying, man. That they need to hang on the door at the Saints facility. Help wanted indeed. All right, let's move on, fam. Let's get into another article here. Reordering the Saints team needs after first wave of free agency is provided by the Saints Wire. And of course, as you go into and look at it, says past the initial busy wave of free agency, the Saints still have some major question marks. They brought in some players like Marcus May, Kentavious Street while signing Jameis Winston, but a team has more money than it's used to, and they aren't spending that much of it. They have a low starting left tackle in Armstead. They have lost a starting left tackle, in Armstead. They have yet to add a wide receiver. There are real problems with the roster that have to be solved. Let's take a look at what the Saints most need to fill the holes left. And of course, wide receiver. As a lot of people can agree with that, is a must. Saints have done nothing so far of the wide receiver front, and that has been deeply unsettling for people who view this as the team's biggest needs, which just happens to be pretty much everybody. The free agency pool doesn't seem to be promising in terms of what's left. Either Saints seem to be scouting a ton of wide receivers that will be available in draft, and there have been murmurs of Tre'Quan Smith re-signing with the team. What for? Which would be not surprising, but not official yet. That's also wouldn't move the needle for me in terms of need. Absolutely not. Second is offensive line. There's a possible question mark at the left tackle in Armstead. Leaving the team, I say possible because Hurst has shown to be a competent NFL tackle and could definitely be a starter if the Saints want him to. There's without a doubt a question of tackle depth right now, though New Orleans will need to bring in another body. They can also use more help inside at guard. We'll know what it seems when the team is what it is like when the team is without good, healthy offensive linemen. So even though they're saying the left tackle position, we know that that position will be occupied by Ryan Ramczyk for the millionth time. Ryan Ramczyk, highest paid offensive lineman you got. He's also a tackle. He's not going to be starting the goddamn season at right tackle. Ramczyk will slide to the blindside tackle, and that's where he will be. Play blindside tackle in college. He was shift from right tackle to left tackle. Only reason why he wasn't there already was a big man by the name of Teron Armstead occupied that seat. So you have to look at the right tackle position as an open, and James Hurst, Andrews Pete, Landon Young, and maybe a potential draft pick in the draft that can be. And if any needs are to occur in offensive line wise, the Saints could possibly use the draft. A high percentage of that could be used in the draft because of all the picks they have accumulated. Running back is the third need there, with possible serious suspension of Elvin Kamara up in the air and Ty Montgomery going to the Patriots. New Orleans can't enter the season with what they have at running back. Ingram, Tony Jones, and Josh Adams won't cut it for possibly having an NFL season. There are still plenty of good veterans available on the open market and good mid-round running backs in the draft. Dwayne Washington was on the team last year, but still a pending free agent. Even if they were to sign Dwayne Washington back, Dwayne Washington would not be sufficient. Dwayne Washington is seldomly used, to be honest with you, and it's seldomly used, even lesser than Tony Jones Jr. when he's put into the fold. Now, of course, we do realize at some point that they will have to bring in a back in possible in the draft, which would be a smart move. But I, Sway, think that that if you reach the Marlon Mack, who the Saints were interested in trading from the Colts a couple of years ago, is going to be is available right now. And the Saints, if they really are expecting Elvin Kamara to miss some time, Marlon Mack would be a really good back to bring in there to keep things going while Elvin Kamara is going. Even when Kamara comes back, could you imagine what kind of combo situation that would be on Marlon Mack and Elvin Kamara there? So I mean, don't play no games with the situation. Swade, you want to comment on these things before I keep going? Wide receiver, offensive line, and running back. Those the 1, 2, 3 are those are in with you in terms of priority.
Well, you definitely got to fix that offensive line first, because without the offensive line, you can't get the receiver. There's no secret. Once you build that, which is a definitely a Sean Payton thing, you build that line up first. If I'm looking at this thing correctly, I see some receivers. Odell is taken already. Am I correct?
No.
Okay. Deshaun Watson is also available, correct?
Deshaun Watson, the quarterback?
Deshaun Jackson, I'm sorry.
Jackson.
Deshaun
Yes, he's still
Jackson.
available. Yes, he's
still available. Jarvis Landry still available.
Yes.
I know old and decrepit, but Julio Jones is still available, but probably gets hurt more than often. There's some pretty decent people, pretty decent receivers out there. Zach Pascal, I know a lot of people don't like him. I think he's available, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, hey man, there's a lot of people to look at out there, and then D.D. Westbrook is out there. I know a lot of people don't like him. But Sammy Watkins, AJ Green is still out. No, AJ Green is available. Emmanuel Sanders is still available. You know, T.Y. Hilton is available. So I mean, they can go and get some nice receivers out there, and then you can also go into the draft. I think so. We'll go offensive line. We'll definitely go receivers. You're going to need somebody too, just in case Alvin Kamara does have some issues. You're going to need somebody to fill in that spot. And you're saying Mack, correct?
Marlon Mack, the running back from former running back from the Indianapolis Colts, in a situation he's definitely a good one, and would be a solid signing for the Saints. With Alvin Kamara issues looming around, he would definitely keep the offense on schedule. That's for certain.
Right. You also have Philip Lindsay out there now.
Yeah, Lindsay, kind of undersized. He's smallish. I like Mack because Mack is inside, outside, good receiver, can block as well. And the Saints had interest in him before. Just interested to see if the Saints reach to him. We need to start looking at it. But at this stage of the draft, you mentioned D.D. Westbrook. You mentioned T.Y. Hilton. A lot of these guys are kind of past their prime. D.D. Westbrook would be an intriguing option. Even guys like who else are there? There's other guys out there that we may mention. I mean, Valdez Scantling probably was the most attractive options for the black and gold size and speeds. Cole Beasley more of a slot option for the Saints. So I mean, at this point, I can still see the Saints. I don't know if they reach to some of these guys. They might feel like their best assets is to go to the draft, and of course, free agency isn't the only way they can secure talent to help out. They can also do like the other teams are doing and locate a wide receiver in trade form. There was an article making mention of of getting Devontae Parker from the Miami Dolphins. So I mean, Parker's a good wide receiver. He spent a lot of time hurt, but when he's healthy, he's a force. So I mean, in his contract is not that bad either. So the Saints could probably a more of attractive option outside of the draft, and signing a guy in free agency is probably trade for one. So whether or not they operate that, we'll see how it all goes at the end of the day. But a trade is probably the best option in terms of the Saints. They might be working on that. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's finish up on the list here as we keep it moving here. As we talked about the running back linebackers, as they call it, feel like this hasn't been brought up a ton, but Quan Alexander's still a free agent. I mean, there's a hole from last year's defense. Demario Davis, Pete Warner are currently the only two linebackers on the team that I believe have proven themselves to be a week-to-week NFL starting linebackers, at least with the Saints defense scheme. There are actually some fun veteran linebackers still available in free agent, and a ton of extremely athletic linebackers in the draft. And, of course, the safety, huge fan of DeMarcus May signing, but Williams isn't the only safety for the last year's team. They're currently under contract with the Saints. PJ Williams and Jeff Heath are There's free agents and can be signed away whenever. PJ Williams played 541 snaps last season, 51% of the total snaps possible. That's a big chunk of defense to be missing. May is also not as rangy as Marcus Williams, so you could look for see if they could be a sort of a combination of needs. And of course, quarterback, you see the resign of Jameis pushes down this list of priorities, but the Saints still need a long-term option after they choose to sign him on a 2-year deal. If there's a rookie available in the draft slot, it would make sense for them to make a move with an eye on the future for the team, though not at the expense of more pressing team needs. So, of course, 2-year contract with Jameis Winston, they definitely are eyeing the future and looking for a quarterback behind to bring in. So we've heard ramblings also swayed about them talking to Pickett, according to Mel Kiper and several other draft experts. They're saying that Pickett out of Pittsburgh, the young quarterback out of Pittsburgh Panthers, is a guy that you can look at and say, okay, he's NFL ready. Kiper, I think, even had the Saints taking him with the 18th overall pick. So, I mean, and of course, Pickett did say that the Saints grilled him or, questioned him a lot tougher than the rest of the NFL teams. So, I mean, the Saints went and looked at him. The Saints looked at all of these quarterbacks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday all had pro days for some of the top prospects in the NFL draft, guys that are anticipated to go between rounds 1 and 2. We're talking about the likes of guys like Pickett on Monday. Tuesday was Malik Willis out of Liberty. Wednesday was Matt Corral out of Ole Miss, and of course Thursday was Desmond Ritter out of the University of Cincinnati, and all of them had fantastic pro days. I was really impressed with Willis, but I like Ritter's deal as well, and also Matt Corral had a really good pro day. So solid. It's going to be interesting to see if the Saints see any of these guys as options behind Jameis. But it would be ideal if the Saints did reach in and get a quarterback, whether it's in the first or second round.
I'm looking at Kenny Pickett's highlights. He's a speedster. He has a hell of an arm. Patience. I'm seeing. He doesn't look bad, but the whole thing is once they get to the league, that's my whole thing, man. You can look at these guys, you can say, yo, he's pretty damn good, but you don't really know until they get to the league and then they play a couple games where you can kind of feel like, yo, man, this guy's not gonna make it, But he right now, as I look at these highlights, man, he's looking pretty good, very accurate, as I can see. Maybe. I don't know what they saw in Ian book, but I mean.
Well, I mean, but I guess the logic would be with the black and gold to put them together, Swade, and see who wants him more to make them compete at each other to earn the job. So I mean, we'll see how it all twists. Peyton ain't there anymore. You have this is Dennis Allen's squad now, so we'll see how he wants to move it forward. But 2-year deal for Jameis. That doesn't mean that's not a 3 or 4 year deal. 2 years mean they're gonna probably end up getting a quarterback either this year or next year. And they do like some of these guys in the draft, and they do have the capital to move them around. And like I keep saying, don't forget about the Sean Payton picks in 2023 when he gets ready to come back to coaching next year. And people going to be looking to kind of get his picks. You got to look at the fact that John Gruden, when they traded him from the Raiders to the Bucks, you got 2 firsts, 2 seconds. So don't forget about that extra draft capital you get once the Saints do ultimately trade Sean Payton to wherever they want to see him go. But let's move on to the next one here, unless you want to say something on that, Sway, before we go into the proposed rule changes.
Well, we good. Let's go. Q, let's move, player.
All right, here we go, fam. This is in the final topic before we open up the phone lines. 2022 rule change proposals by the competition committee that they're throwing out there make permanent the free kick formation change implemented during the 21 season that established a maximum number of players in the setup zone right here. So they amend Rule 6, Section 1, Article 3, and then this was proposed by the Indianapolis Colts and the Eagles, allow both teams an opportunity to possess the ball in overtime, which means amending Rule 16. And of course, the Tennessee threw something in there saying by the Titans allow both teams an opportunity to possess the ball in overtime unless the team with the first possession scores a touchdown and has a successful 2-point try. So as you can see, the Colts and Eagles saying both teams an opportunity to possess the ball in overtime, as opposed to a team getting the ball and if they score a touchdown, pretty much the game's over with. Now they want to give them opportunity to both possess the ball, which would be interesting in overtime. So, I mean, we'll see how it all shakes and folds moving forward. and how the family members feel about these latest round of rule proposals as we move on. And of course, what I want to show the family, this is an unofficial depth chart that's provided by ourlads.com, which goes into it and shows you some of the guys. Of course, we see Ryan Ramczyk here and Cesar Ruiz, and of course, you see Big Teron Armstead is with the Miami Dolphins. He got paid. James Hurst is listed as the opposite side there, and of course, the guys in red are not on the squad; they're free agents. But you can see guys like Michael Thomas, Deontay Hardy, Kevin White, Quan Baker, Jalen McCleskey, Aesop Winston Jr., LaJordan Humphrey, Kirk Merritt is a practice squad player. Marquez Callaway fits some of these guys. While people are saying Saints need some more help in the wide receiver range. Well, it looked like from a veteran standpoint in terms of free agency, there could be some interesting guys remaining that way. To be honest, you mentioned Dede Westbrook. We don't know where he fits in the situation. But yeah, there are also trade options. Parker is another guy that I'm hearing. And there's a few other trade options that the Saints could look to if they really want to improve the position by getting a veteran next to Mike Thomas, or simply just they've been scouting the hell out of wide receivers in the draft, man. So, I mean, that could be the next move that they make. So most certainly to me, that wide receiver, they appear to be kind of going at that thing from a college standpoint. That's what it looked like to me, bro. But yeah, if you put this shit on screen,
they're looking for that speed. They definitely need that speed out there, man.
But you're looking at the wide receiver position. These are the Saints wide receivers as it stands. And of course, rumors saying that Tre'Quan Smith could possibly be back. And I don't understand why. That means you're not doing your due diligence. If you bring a Tre'Quan Smith back here, man, that's just, to me, it's a failure. Tre'Quan Smith,
man, that ship has sailed.
Right, it's time for him to go, man. He should not be considered coming back here. Let him go somewhere else, and you do your goddamn due diligence and find somebody else and give them an opportunity, even if it's freaking Dede Westbrook, man. Come on, somebody else, man. That guy had his opportunity, and he underwhelmed, to be honest with you. But anyway, Sway, let's comment on that before we open up the phone lines, bro.
Well, yeah, pretty much need help with receiver, man. There's no secret. You need to open up that pocketbook. Let's go get some wide receivers. You already have your, and like we said, just in case Kamara may have some issues, then you get your nice little temporary back, and definitely got to work on the line. But receivers, my God, that thing looked like a class roll from Culver or something. I don't know what that was. Who are these guys? We need some help, bro.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, Sway. You seen that list? I mean, even though the Saints have some good young wide receivers, the reality is the idea was to try to see if we can get a veteran player. And of course, you got Jarvis Landry out there. A lot of people talking about Jarvis Landry,
right?
But Jarvis Landry. Let me see if I can pull up Jarvis Landry's contract. And
I think and now the Saints are not as sexy as they were when Peyton was here. And I get it. A lot of people want to come play for Peyton because of the dominant offense and his offensive scheme. And now the Saints are just not as appealing to people anymore. But we're going to have to prove ourselves that we are still that place to be as far as looking for a winning team. And that's something we'll have to prove this year. So you gotta go get these players, man. You have to get these receivers. And I know, we're dealing with a defensive head coach, and so he'll probably focus more on defense. But man, it's obvious, dude. We need some help, man. We need help.
Yeah, I see that Jarvis Landry is unhappy with his agent. He fired him. Fired his agent as other wide receivers are getting deals. So, as a reporter here by Darren Heitner, he says sources free agent Jarvis Landry has terminated his agreement with Demarius Bilbo of Clutch Sports. But he says, as it happens with many long-term deals, the Browns felt the final season was a bit too rich for them. Cleveland offered to renegotiate the terms of Landry's oversized price tag. But Landry was reportedly more interested in security than the dollar. Barry did not want to add a 5-year deal Landry signed in 2018. The team gave their popular wide receiver permission to seek a trade as negotiations continue. But ultimately, the Browns released Landry, saving $15 million in salary cap relief there. So
I would have never went with nobody that spelled clutch with a K anyway.
Well, I mean, that's the thing though, Swade. And other wide receivers getting deals, and there was word on the street that the Browns were interested in bringing Jarvis Landry back at the correct price. But really truthful and honestly, to be honest with you, Jarvis Landry shouldn't still be on the free agent list, to be honest with you. He should have been
It's
signed.
not working, man.
Yeah, so obviously he fired. Yes, he got rid of his agent and fired his agent, so he gonna get somebody
I'll
else.
tell you what. Let me see. What's the guy's name? Bilbo. What's his first name?
What's that?
What's the agent's name? What Bilbo?
Demarius.
Demarius Bilbo. Let me see if he has any other his other clients. Let me see. Bilbo's clients. He just probably putting oh hell no. I see. Let's see. We have let's see it by Melvin Gordon, huh? Who's also a free agent. Ty Montgomery is also with Clutch. That's pretty much it. So yeah, he sucks.
All right, quick search by Sway. Determine that the man suck. Okay, I got you, Sway. Thank you, sir. All right, so I mean, yeah, the contract. I know if you looking at getting a guy like Jarvis Landry, that shit won't come cheap, man. It won't be cheap
Yeah, I
to
mean,
land his services.
Right. It is Jarvis Landry, man. You're getting, some speed. You're getting hands, man. You're getting a dynamic receiver right there. Why is he still on the market, dog? Agent, what are you doing? Take your thumb out your ass, man.
The agent's fired now. Yep.
Yeah, get him out of here. So who did he go to? Did they say no?
No, not. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's looking for
So
representation.
maybe wait to get his new
usually
agent.
Most of the time, he might have had somebody already on the side there, and then he just said, "Well, fire this guy," and then he got him, and then he moved to the next guy. So yeah, that's really crazy to have Jarvis Landry as a client that you can't seem to find him work, and he's been pretty productive. Even last year, he had 50 plus passes, 54 passes. I won't say for Jarvis Landry last year. And people might say that's not a lot of passes. That's more than any single wide receiver had for the Saints last year. I think
there you go.
I think 46 or 45 was the most by one of the Saints wide receivers. He had 54 and he missed games last year. So I mean, the guy is still out there, and I know he ain't the speed demon, but he catches everything you throw. And of course, we got speed. The Saints can mix and match, man. I don't know if they go for him.
Oh, I'm sorry. He has Chase Young as well. Sorry about that.
But they're saying average salary, his contract he signed with the Browns, bro, his average years were 15 a year. I mean, the Saints went with Scantling, and they got Ansi Fee to sign Scantling to something just short of $10 million a year. That's what they lost him to the Kansas City Chiefs for $10 million a year. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what the Saints saying. We don't want to spend this kind of money, but it appears that the draft might be something that they're looking at. That's what they see. All possible trade. We'll see, man. It's been too quiet on the front in terms of the Saints offensively with the wide receivers. People are waiting to see what the Saints do with these wide receivers. They got the money. There's no excuse. Get somebody. They waited a little too long, and now some of these wide receivers, the good ones, are gone. So, I mean, you either reach Dede Westbrook or somebody like that and bring them in. But we'll see what moves that they make. Hopefully, they make some moves, man, to kind of solidify. Add that running back for Kamara, maybe a veteran wide receiver of some sort via trade, or free agency if you can find a diamond in the rough. Probably Kyle Rudolph at the tight end position, or even Ebron to help out steady the tight end room, and maybe a veteran signing in the offensive line. So we'll see how it all goes. But anyway, fam, we'll be going live up until 12 o'clock, and we'll cut off. If you want to get in here, you can please feel free to hop in the chat, and we'll get you on the stream. So we're trying to get as many people as we can. So we probably have a cutoff limit, though, but we'll be going to 12 o'clock. Actually midnight tonight, then we'll cut off. As we do our Friday stream, we let the family members come in. So if you got any questions for me or Swade, or you just want to voice your opinion on the Saints, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. Please feel free to pop in and spit your game, and I know it's been a week where the commentary, the family won't get in there, so we'll get you in there, and so you can do your game. All right, so we got okay, so pretty feel. So hit the like button, family, as well. Let me see. We got a super chat here from Hayabusa. What's up, fam? He says, "Hey Q, why your mods put me in timeout? Who put Hayabusa in timeout, fam? What did he do? Hayabusa's one of the great Saint think tank family members. So
timeout. Ooh,
please don't put Hayabusa in I don't know what happened. I wasn't paying attention, fam. What happened? So, I don't know, bro. Why anybody it might have been a mistake. I don't know. All right, so much love to you, to the family members. Please feel free to hit the like button, share the show stream, and also subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Okay, we got brother Jerry, free game, Uncle Paulie, one after the other. And we're gonna bring in brother Jerry first, then free game, and then Uncle Paul. If you want to pop in on the stream, fam, you know what to do. Hit that link at the top of the chat. Brother Jerry, welcome to the stream, bro.
What's up, Big Q? What's up, Sway?
What's good?
What's going on, Jerry?
Salute
What's
to that
up?
OG.
What's up? What's good,
Salute.
fam? What's good,
Salute.
fam?
Salute, OG.
What's going? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing good, my brother.
Good,
How you
man.
feeling, brother Jerry?
Doing great. It's Friday night. It's the weekend.
There you go. That's all you need to know right there, brother. It's the weekend, baby. Let's talk about it.
Yes, Lord. Let's get it popping, baby.
That's right.
All
right, hold it long, baby.
That's right. That's right, brother Jerry. Let's get it popping, baby. Let's get it popping. You hear me?
Yeah, Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, all right.
So what you got, Jerry? What you got?
Oh, well, first off, also shouts out to everybody in the chat. Who that to everybody? I hope everybody is doing well on this weekend, the start of your weekend, going into Saturday and Sunday. But I got a question, Big Q and Swade.
Yes, sir.
What's that?
This recent signing we just got, who, in my opinion, who in the hell is this guy? I never seen this guy before. I have never seen him before.
Never.
Who is this guy we got signing in?
Yeah,
I never heard of him before either, Mr. Jerry. I swear. I had to look at his stats and see they were pretty decent. But you know we good for going to get these what we used to call these people true value players.
There you go. A great value player. You said it.
Great value. There we go. We're gonna get these great value players, these Sam Choice players.
And Swade, in my opinion, these unknowns that we don't know about.
Right. You have no clue. So they just got to come in and show what they work. What's the last great value guy that we picked up that actually ended up working for us?
I don't know, man. I mean,
we had
some of the practice squad players, Swed, I would imagine some of the great values that you might mention. Who you got?
No, I mean, I was asking. I can't recall any.
But on Sorensen's side of it, though, brother Jay Sorensen might not be a well-known player, but he was a good contributor to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. He started a few games, and the thing I know about Sorensen is that he's not, like I said, God honest scouting on Sorensen, watching him over the years, he's not an athletic player. He's 32 years of age, number one. He's not really gifted athletically. But what I do know about Sorensen that you would like is that he's smart. He has a nose for the ball, and he's a good tackler. He'll stick his goddamn nose in there. He's fearless, and he'll work his ass off for you. That's what I know about Sorensen. That's what he gave the Kansas City Chiefs as an undrafted player. You can put the film on here and there, making special teams tackles, whether you need him there or playing in starting games for you when your safety's in trouble. So Sorensen, like I said, not athletically, it's not there, but the dude knows where to be on the field. Real smart player, and will tackle you, and he'll give you his all. Outside of that, that's all I got on Sorensen. So I'm not mad. It's a good signing as a depth piece and a guy that can help you on the special teams.
Big Q, I hope you're right, brother. I mean, that's all right and everything, but all these wide
receivers. It's not
Tyrann
Mathieu, I understand, brother Jerry.
But bruh, I mean, all these wide receivers out here. Can't we just sign one of these guys? I mean, we had one in interest. We had one in interest to join the team, but Kansas City, don't they already got receivers already? Didn't they already get Juju Smith from the Steelers?
Yes, indeed.
And then they signed up another wide receiver from somewhere else, and they just got this guy from Green Bay.
Yes.
Man,
So
all
what you're
these wide
saying, Mr. G,
receivers, why they can't come to us?
we're not what you're saying, because we're not a sexy team anymore.
Well,
Especially how
Man,
our offense looked.
knock it off,
Sway,
Especially how
bro.
our offense
but,
looked last year.
but Sway, you know what? The Saints were on their way to signing Scantling. The truth is, and then the Kansas City Chiefs got involved on the back end of the negotiation, and they
So
went
sexy
in a
team.
place financially speaking that the Saints didn't want to go.
Man,
They could have had them, but the Saints wasn't willing to commit the kind of money that the Kansas City Chiefs did.
that
For
and Big Q and
that's what
Sway.
ended up happening.
That's what really
Grinds your gears.
y'all pray for me.
I understand. We
That's
listen,
when I
Jerry,
get
we
ready
have
to go off, bruh. Because every time the Saints do something to help this team get back to where they need to be, these other teams try to steal the spotlight. And that's what really, 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 really pissed me
it's
off,
not just
bruh.
I can't
What?
blame them, Jerry, because the Saints another question, what was the last big money pickup that the Saints brought in? What was the last big money pickup?
Man, I got nothing, Sway. I can't. I can't.
Nothing.
I don't even know, bruh. I
It
can't.
would have
I
been
can't answer that
Deshaun
question.
Watson. Right. We don't. I think we just really don't do that. I don't think Mickey does that. He doesn't go after those big names. He gets the cheap ones that end up.
Talk to Big Q. Talk to Sway. I don't know. Talk to Sway. Talk to Big Q. Talk to everybody in the chat.
You know, man, it's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah, this is
So I mean,
it's for the game though.
I don't
Sway.
even know why you go get the safeties. What I agree with Jerry saying. Why go get a safety when you need so much help at receiver? Use that money to get some help for receiver, man. Leave them goddamn safeties alone. Eat your vegetables eat the goddamn vegetables.
Exactly, Sway. I mean, dude, we don't need any more defensive players. We got all the defensive players we got. We ain't got to worry about the defense. The offense is what need the most fixing.
There you go. Come on, man.
I'm talking about the whole enchilada, bruh. I'm talking about. I mean, we just saw a former quarterback now signed with Chicago. Bye.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
good riddance, because
Simeon.
let's see how sorry he is as a Bear when he was as a Saint. That man,
Hold
even
on.
though he won against Tampa Bay after Winston went down, I give him that. But 5 games straight, when those were winnable games last season, those supposed to be winnable, not losable.
Hold on. I missed something. Who went to the Bears?
Trevor
Simeon.
Oh,
That star rascal.
2-year contract over that Sway.
Good. Let him stay up there
God.
2 years. Maybe he'll be as much pathetic up there as he was with us. Bye.
Ooh, the
Bye.
smoke, the shade.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Yeah, that part right there.
That part right there.
Hey, I mean it.
I know that's
Because
real.
I thought he
know
was
that's
going to
real.
be a big difference with us after James Winston went down. But after losing 5 games straight when they're supposed to be winnable, no. And plus the offense was. I'm talking about the offense was complete hot garbage.
Fresh food.
You name
Hot dog.
it's all there.
Well,
It's a shame. You might as well just say the whole Saint defense was the whole team, because every time they make
it
big
was.
plays, it don't take but at least less than 5 minutes to for the offense to come out there and try to do something, and then next thing you know, the defense come right back out.
He has a huge point there. You're absolutely right, Mr. Jerry. Our offense was piss poor.
What you
And
say?
yeah. So hopefully we can change. Hopefully with a different play caller, right?
Right.
With a different play caller, we can muster something this year, and with offense. We just got to start putting our money where our offense is. Can we please do that, Saints? Can we start doing that here?
Please.
Thank you.
Because I don't want to come over there to meddle in that front office and do some damage over there because they're making some stupid signings and restructures and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. I do
Right, that's
not
what
want
they
to do
don't.
that.
They don't want the Great Saints think tank to join up and with our picket signs on airline and go to the same practice facility. That's not what they want, because we'll do it. Y'all better get some goddamn offensive players up in there. Can people rolling out like it ain't nothing?
Power to the
And they won't.
great Saints think tank.
That's right. Doggone right. Start riding up in there. God dog it. That's not what you want, player. That's not what y'all want. So let's get this thing popping, man. God damn it.
That's
Get
right.
some receivers immediately.
Exactly, exactly, Sway.
Let me see what other free agent quarterbacks that are
Well,
available.
Sway,
And I'm not
while
doing
you
this.
looking that up, I still got a question for you, sir. Just one question.
Yes, sir.
Are you
Here
still
it
in
comes.
charge of the girls?
I am in charge of the girl.
Are you in charge of the girls?
I am in charge of the girl.
All right. Just want to make sure. Make sure you still not at your back on the scene.
You know, big on the I am in charge of the girls, man. You know, let's see quarterback free agents. NFL 2022. Who do we have here? Oh, that's all right. Never mind.
Yeah.
This stuff. Yeah, boy. You got Cam Newton out there. When y'all screaming Cam Newton at one point, he's still out there.
Man, nobody want Cam Newton, bruh.
Andy
Don't nobody
Dalton's still
want him.
out there. What about Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Somebody can pick him up. Not us.
Cut it out,
We
Sway. That's
good.
a horrible list you're reading off, bro. Terrible list. Hey, brother Jerry, man. Brother Jerry, I thank you for chiming in, bro. We got Uncle Paul and a couple other guys behind you. But hey, man, always a pleasure to talk to that OG, man. Appreciate your energy and great commentary tonight, brother J. Much love, bro.
Much love to you too, Big Q and Swade, and much love to everybody in the chat, man. I love you all, bro. I mean, hey, we're not finished yet, man. We just getting started. Yeah, like I said in the past, the off season. I mean, the football season may be over, but the off season is never over for us because we still got a lot of work to do. Yeah. So let's keep it going, family. Love you all, and there's absolutely nothing y'all can do about it. I love you all, and God bless.
Salute, OG. Thank you, bro. You be safe out there, and God bless you. Who that for life, brother?
Who that?
Work, baby.
Brother Jerry, man. Thank you, brother Jay. And thank you, call me Vlad, Kinfolk, for your super chat. Much love, fam. Thank you. Appreciate you for being here. And also, family, please feel free to hit the like button, family. If you had Deshaun Watson in charge of the girls, I don't think so. Y'all wrong for that one. All right, so much love to the fam. Appreciate y'all being here. Please feel free to hit the like button, family. If you hadn't hit the like button already, please subscribe. If you hadn't subscribed, and feel free to share the show's link on your social media feed. We got Uncle Paulie chiming in, then free games behind him. If you want to get on the show, family, there's a link pinned to the top of the chat. Link pinned to the top of the chat. You can hit that link to get on the show, and we'll be going up until about 12 o'clock till we cut off. So, brother, Uncle Paulie, welcome to the show, my friend. How you doing?
Who that, fam?
Who that?
Whoa, now Uncle Paulie, baby, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, Black Suede? Oh, man, it's just a pleasure to be on with y'all tonight, especially when you around. You know, y'all, y'all hate to say, it's like freaking frack. Fred and Grady. You know how it is. You know one can't do it out there.
You want slide,
Cheating Chung, Batman got to have Robin. Come on now.
That
Fred and Grady, Fred and Bubba.
Oh yeah. You know how it is.
You want Sly Fox, Fred?
Oh. Oh man, what's going on, Paulie? What you got on your mind, brother?
Man, I'm just listen now. I got to get on this Sorensen deal. I watched that guy in several games last year with the Chiefs. That guy is slow as you could probably time him by a sundial and still have 5 minutes left over. He is so slow, but he's a hitter. He's a hitter. He can hit now. But guess what? He not gonna get you a lot of picks because I saw some games where the ball would hit him right in the hands, y'all, and he'd drop it. So he's not gonna get a lot of interceptions. He may lead the secondary tackles, to take up for Malcolm Jenkins, who's continuing to, I think is continuing to decline with age, and you gotta look at injuries too. But like I said, this guy, he ain't got no speed. That's one thing I can say about Marcus Williams. He get the interceptions, and he did have a little speed to cover at least the slot receiver. What y'all think?
I think you're right. He's slower than Floyd Mayweather at a spelling bee. I think you're absolutely correct.
That's slow, Swede. That is real slow now. Good Lord.
Shout out to Floyd. But I mean, yeah. So why waste your money on that? And then you need receiver help, man. It just doesn't add up to me. And that's, I guess, what you get when you have a defensive head coach. You get these foolish things. So Dennis Allen, he didn't do good as far as head coach with the Raiders. We all remember last time he was head coach, and if
people still hold that against him, Sway, we can say we want to say, but hey, some people still hold that against the man now. Your past is just your past, whether it's good or bad. That's just the way it is. Now, what you can do in the future is try to prove and make better, But
you gotta show
sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Right, and I'm waiting to see, man. I'm real patient. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. And like we all said before, this year is now gonna separate the real fans from the fake fans, from the 2005, 2010 fans. So we shall see, man. We shall see what we're gonna do.
It's gonna be interesting, gentlemen, because it's not an easy schedule. It's not an easy schedule at all. So you have to look at that. You still got to play Tampa Bay twice. I heard them talking about they're trying to get Baker Mayfield. Now they're gonna tick Tom Brady off, and that's gonna be some mess like they did with Cleveland and Atlanta. Come on, them old quarterback don't like no young buck coming in trying to take their spot now. That's old school. Y'all remember that back in the day?
You ain't gonna take my spot. And I'm Tom Brady.
You take my spot now. If I'm struggling and I playing good, the coach put me, that's one thing. Or if I get injured, that's another thing. But you ain't gonna just walk in here and just be the next quarterback opening day. No, we ain't finna do that.
We ain't finna do it.
It's about respect, y'all. I don't get me wrong, but you got to, like I said, you get a quarterback, he can have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't got him in the right system, the right quarterback coach, the right offensive coordinator, the right head coach, when they can't get through to him, he's not going to be successful. And I think that's what happened to Baker Mayfield. He had so many head coaches, You look at Kitchens, Hugh Jackson. I wish they gave Hugh a little more time to do something. But you got to look at it, man. They kept changing coaches changing coordinators. I mean, you can't be successful you having that every 2 years. No, you ain't going to beat nobody doing that. What y'all think?
Yeah, that's a big part of it. Uncle Paulie, the ability to be consistent, man, and keep a winning philosophy. That's been alluding to those people, man, and that's why it's like that. It's a thing called a culture of winning, and before you can actually sustain winning, you got to have a culture of winning and a foundation. And they didn't have that foundation for many years because of the instability in the front office and the bad decision making. So you're absolutely right. That's a part of it. Big part.
You got to have the same thing in Houston, like I said, I real high on Lovie Smith. I love him, but he got his work cut out. Now you got to try to get a new quarterback, new system, and all that. So you better have a 5, 6, 7 year plan because next 2 or 3 years you're not gonna be winning, baby. That's just facts.
Exactly. I'm looking at our schedule, man. I'm pretty sure y'all guys know already. We do play the AFC North and we play the NFC West. Outside of that, it's the Raiders, the Vikings, and the Eagles. And the AFC West, man, it's not that competitive. You're going to have Cleveland. You're going to have Cincinnati. Matter of fact, yep, Cleveland, Cincinnati. The West is going to be the most difficult games with the Cardinals and the 49ers, and you have the Rams, Super Bowl champions, and Seattle Seahawks. Those are going to be your most competitive games. Of course, then you have your own division,
Right.
Besides Atlanta, because they never do that. So it's going to be very interesting, and we're going to have to step up this year, man. So I mean, seeing the schedule, dude, we got to get this engine running on this offense. The main topic, Saints, let's go.
Yep.
That's just it. Like I said, and I just want to throw this out to y'all. The curve here. Don't forget about Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts. Their team was trying to, was hinting about trying to, trade them. So, I mean, them young guys, and you get the thought that, hey, the coach really don't believe in me. I'm out here playing for him, even though I make mistakes or whatever. Him and the coordinator.
Right.
I mean, I be a man. Tell a man if he not the future, just be man enough to tell him. Because when you fall out, Q Sway is like an old girlfriend. It's gonna be ugly. What y'all think?
Yep, like on Esther.
Oh, it's gonna be ugly. It's gonna be public. Because the media always looking for any kind of decision in the locker room anyway. And when you have your quarterback and your coach and your coordinator button head, I think that's even worse than if you had, dissension on the defense. Because your quarterback the leader. If he ain't got his head and act together, you're just gonna have total chaos.
Yeah, and you can possibly lose the locker room, man. And that's where everything really starts falling apart. Once you lose the locker room, and then this whole season is a waste. So, and that's another thing about our new coach. Can he hold on to that locker room? That's very important. When things possibly get hectic out here in New Orleans, can he hold on to that locker room like Peyton did? I definitely want to see if he can do that.
I tell you what thing, Big Black Sway, he's really, I don't know when, but I think this should happen. Him and Kamara need to go somewhere and have a good one-on-one, just nobody but them, and really have a man-to-man, heart-to-heart talk. Because Kamara is just one more, screw up for his career really being put in jeopardy. Because Roger Goodell ain't going to keep putting up with all this. He already, like I said, don't like the same. And our players keep showing their end. It ain't going to end good, I'm telling you. Really?
Hey, man. Hey, I hear you, man. I hear you. I don't know. I think Elvin, this is his second mess up, maybe? Second?
Third, I think you.
Yeah.
The C.T. stuff too.
Yeah,
the whole running back room was always down. If it wasn't for Tony Jones Jr. and Ty Montgomery, we might not beat Denver that night. Shoot.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't say it'd be the end of his career as long as you still have Antonio Brown. People still looking at him. So I mean, if that's the case, he has a lot of room to play. And plus his talent, man, his talent can take him forward. He'll definitely be valuable all the time. So if Antonio Brown can get signed by the Bucks at that point where he was at in his time, Alvin Kamara, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Well, y'all know it ain't like the old days where you had Ricky Jackson and Sam Mills to grab them guys and say, "Look, man, you're screwing up, dude. You're screwing up.
Right.
Screwing. Right. Get your act together." Old Von Johnson, look at him. That big guy, like, all right, kid, get together over there.
He was baited into that, man. Yeah. You got to be smarter than that, man. The guy.
That's so true.
Yeah, he baited him into it, and the guy got a payday off him. The guy never laid a glove on any one of them. He took an ass whooping for the money, and he assaulted them, and he got away with it. He baited them, and he knows it. And Kamara and the guys have to understand they got to come up off with that pay. You got to be a lot smarter than that. But I mean, they put the Saints in a precarious situation. But it's a negative, but it's a positive insofar as the Saints, it was done early enough where they can do something about it, whether they won't do it in the draft or free agency. We can sign Marlon Mack right now to kind of absorb some of the pressure of what could be happening with Alvin Kamara. And once Kamara comes back, we can have him and Marlon Mack together. That's my push on it. That'll at least help solve some of the game. But, even though they have some fantastic wide receivers in the draft, I would still like to see if we can bring a veteran in to kind of take some of the burden off of a wide receiver, a young wide receiver coming in. You know what I'm saying, Sway, Uncle Paulie? And that's
true. Yeah. I think the Saints kicking themselves if they don't draft at least two backs in the draft. I'm just gonna be honest with you, because we're dreaming if we think Mark Ingram's gonna be able to carry the team. if Alvin Kamara get, suspended 5 to 10 games. We fooling ourselves. It's
Right.
Divine Zebo, bring back somebody. No, not Ty Montgomery, leave him where he at. I ain't never seen. It's been a while since I've seen a player has turned out to be a bigger bust as him. I'm like, the guy couldn't stay healthy for nothing. He had
Yeah.
flashes, he had spots, but just being there on a constant down by down basis, you just couldn't count on it. I hate to say it, but it's true.
He was Ty Montgomery was supposed to mean so much to the Saints offense. He really was. He was a guy that could catch, block, and he was supposed to be a lot bigger to the Saints scheme than what he originally was. But he was dealing with injury issues as well. And he signed on with the Patriots this offseason, but it should have it definitely was underwhelming.
I can't use that as an excuse for Mr. Montgomery. Why do I say that? Because Quan Alexander is definitely an example of a person who was injured.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He ended up with the Patriots.
Right, his impact was strong. You know what I'm saying? Even though he had a lot of injuries, Ty Montgomery stayed injured and he had no impact, none.
So did Q. Done.
I mean, I ain't gonna say none. He did.
They bring Taysom Hill in. A lot of packages Q is way before they bring Ty standing on the side of his hand.
But he can't do nothing about that. Ty Montgomery is a guy that if the coach is calling Taysom Hill to come in and play running back, and Ty Montgomery's sitting right there, then what could you do about that? I mean, but Ty Montgomery, like I said, it wasn't. I ain't gonna say that he didn't do nothing because he did come in and do something, even with the game 2 seasons ago when he came in on the back end of the season and ran for 100 yards while the entire running back room and coaches was out with C-19.
Tony Jones Jr., that's the only running game we had that night, baby. So it was.
He came in on the back end of that Carolina game and ran for 101 yards.
Right.
The only running back on the roster. So I mean, he was okay. But his tenure, the 2 years that he was here with the Saints, was in one word you would say, what word would you use to describe Montgomery's tenure with the Saints? And I would say underwhelming. And the family members, you tell me what you guys think. What word? If you had one word to describe Ty Montgomery's 2 years with the Saints, he's now signed with the New England Patriots. By the way, for Carla was asking about it. Yeah, Queen, he's now with the New England Patriots. What would be one word to describe Ty Montgomery's 2 years with the Saints? I would say underwhelming. That's what I would say. I would not say nothing because he did contribute some stuff. But I see your Mocha saying Brian Robinson Jr., the running back from Alabama, could be somebody. Yeah, but I mean, I get you. But see, the thing, why I'm advocating, okay, listen, and I put this, this is not a lot here, but it's still something. It's not who we would anticipate. And we're going to the wide receivers here. My thing is this: 3 players that you can bring in as free agents that won't cost you a lot of money, that'll help the Saints immediately. Number 1, running back. Kamara's going to miss some time, whether it's 6 to 8 games or more. He's going to miss some time next year. So get a quality running back. Marlon Mack is available. Pay him. Get him on a team. He will help you out. He will absorb some of that and keep the offense on schedule. You can mix him along with Ingram and Tony Jones or whoever one of the family members made mention of drafting a running back as well. Yeah, you can build up your running back room, no doubt about it. But Marlon Mack is a guy that you can rely on insofar as having him as a veteran running back that can run in between the tackles, run outside the tackles, catch the ball, block. Really good player. Saints was interested in him before and didn't pull the trade off. So let's make that happen. Number 2, tight end. We need a veteran tight end, not named Nick Vannett, to help stabilize the room and act as a mentor, as it were, for young Adam Troutman and Jawan Johnson, who's coming into his second year at the tight end position. Kyle Rudolph, to me, would be a addition. He's not athletically gifted like he's not fast, but he catches everything you throw to him, and he blocks really well. He's a red zone weapon. He's going to catch the football. He helps. Eric Ebron's another option, but I like Rudolph because I think you can get him for cheap, and he'll help you out right there. He'll provide a solid weapon for Jameis Winston if he has issues there. And then, of course, the wide receiver position, which is on screen. These are the guys that's left. You see guys like, and I think Julio Jones I'm looking past him at 33. I just think he's washed. Jarvis Landry at 29 years of age, even with an injured season last year, he had 54 catches. That's more than any wide receiver the Saints had. Another interesting option is 27-year-old Will Fuller, who had some injury histories, but super fast, 6'1" wide receiver from formerly of the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. This guy is a speed demon. He's healthy. He's 27 years old. I
I
don't
like
think he
Will
costs you a
Fuller.
lot of money. Could be a guy that you look to. He'll be a speed complement next to Mike Thomas. Will Fuller, how about that? Of course, other guys that are more solid options, people can say, okay, instead of going back and looking at Traquan Smith, why not go to Emmanuel Sanders and bring Sanders back? He's a free agent. He helped you out in the years that he played here. Emmanuel Sanders was a good guy that helped mentor the young wide receivers, help guide them. If you really want to revisit somebody, again, why not revisit Sanders as opposed to going and get Traquan Smith? How about Keelan Cole, another wide receiver with speed and hands who has some injury histories? He's healthy now. These are guys that won't cost you a lot of money. Sammy Watkins, another guy who has some injury issues, but when he's healthy, he'll tear your ass up. Then, of course, Odell Beckham, I think he's outside the price range. Another speed demon, undersized guy, Marquise Goodwin, who has speed, had dealt with injury issues, but when he's healthy, he's a stretch the field option for you. And another guy like Dede Westbrook, so who is the other guy that had pretty good seasons in the NFL, 6'1", has really good speed. Why not Westbrook? So, like at the top end of you look at Will Fuller was probably the highest ranked person that you would look at and say, okay, speed complement, veteran wide receiver next to Michael Thomas that can stretch the field, won't cost the Saints a lot of money. Obviously, they didn't feel comfortable with giving Marquez Valdez-Scantling $10 million a year, or just south of $10 million a year that the Kansas City Chiefs was willing to give him. The Saints said, no, but no, we're not going to do that. And the Chiefs said, we'll take him because we just traded all this Tyreek Hill and got all this shit. So let's just get Scantling here with Juju Smith-Schuster and rebuild our wide receiver room while the Saints signed Sorensen. So, I mean, we have to be able to look at the wide receiver room, and even the more accomplished guys on the higher end is guys like Will Fuller. People are mentioning T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton's a bit old in the tooth. He dealt with some injuries there, but he'll come at a cheaper option and won't cost you a lot of money. But I'm not advocating for T.Y. I do like T.Y., but I'm not advocating for him. I think Will Fuller is a guy that wouldn't make a lot of sense, won't cost you a lot of money. And then there's lesser guys like Dede Westbrook and so on and so forth, like I just showed you. Now, if the Saints can't do that, man, what can I tell you? I would draft a wide receiver in the draft, but man, don't want to put all that pressure on these young wide receivers where you can get a veteran that can absorb some of that and still school them. So truthfully, Will Fuller, if not him, if you want somebody that cost effective and you want to revisit a player, just go get Emmanuel Sanders, man. Emmanuel Sanders, he can catch. He's also has a history with Mike Thomas. He has a history to all these wide receivers. So if you got the itching to go back to a wide receiver that used to play for the Saints, go get Emmanuel as opposed to Traquan Smith. So outside of that, it's ways that you can improve upon, because bringing Emmanuel Sanders back, he will not cost you a lot of money, and he has a familiarity with what you're doing down here. So, I mean, if that's the case, what we're looking at, and then you drop your wide receivers in here, and of course, he helps them as well. So it's commonsensical movements that don't cost us a lot of money to do. So, I mean, I'm going to throw that at the family members and see how they feel about this. Well, Uncle Paulie, what you think about what was just conveyed?
You know what, Q, out of all the names, and I know Sean Payton not there anymore, but I know how during his tenure, how he loved guys that were familiar with the system, familiar with the guys and the coaches and whatnot. I think Emmanuel Sanders is gonna be the same best bet out of the whole shebang. You know, he knows the system, he knows the guy. And listen, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm surprised Buffalo let him go, cause man, he was balling last year. I mean, I don't know how many receptions he had, but I know he got at least 8 or 9 touchdowns. I mean, he really made some clutch catches, over the season. I said, dog, I would just sit there, I would just cringe every time they say Emmanuel Sanders, former Saint, makes a 20-yard catch over the middle, toward the sideline. So like, here we go again. Saint letting go a good quality guy that should still be, like I said, the way the Saints receiver struggled last year, man, if we'd had Emmanuel Sanders for them 5 games, swear that we lost with Trevor Siemian, I'm quite sure Emmanuel Sanders could have helped him out a whole lot of time when he was running for his life.
Did something for him.
And I'm so glad he's not on the team no more. Him, Traquan Smith, and Kevin White do not never, ever be in a Saints uniform ever again. What y'all think? I feel like Chris Tucker on that. Never ever.
And last year he signed for a 1-year deal at $6 million with the Buffalo Bills. So he had 42 catches last year for 72 targets, 626 yards, and he had 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns? Okay. I thought it was a little more than that.
42 catches still puts him, I think, second on the team as far as the wide receivers. Because I think
and he wasn't dropping a lot of stuff either, Q. He putting that ball, he was hanging in there, man.
He's averaging almost 15 yards per catch according to last year's statistics, which was
I don't know
second highest total for the season.
Well, Jerry Allen, Jerry Allen was hooking up there, especially late the season started the playoff, man. They were doing pretty good there. No, Jerry was looking for him, you know.
Kenny's not still on the roster. He was a free agent. No, he's not still on the roster.
Josh Allen. I'm sorry, Josh. But that Buffalo offensive with they were lighting it up, man.
Hold on, Swade. I can't hear you. Say it again.
For me?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you were saying.
I'm wondering, like, what is Buffalo cooking up to have Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders not signed in your wide receiver depth chart? Like, what the hell are they up to?
Money. They didn't want to pay him. Swear, I can tell you that right now. They didn't want to pay him.
I guess, man. I guess that's too.
And guess what? D's gonna be next. They ain't gonna want to pay D's. Watch when this contract come up.
If I were the Saints, I go pick up Cole Beasley and Emmanuel Sanders, both of them.
That'll be I'm with you. Yeah, cause you never know. What if might get injured or have up and down season. You throw to the other guy. Cause Michael Thomas gonna have to have some help. If we think he gonna go out there and catch another 170 some catches, we fooling ourselves. They're gonna have to, I don't know what Carmichael got up his sleeve, but if Michael Thomas gonna carry, no, y'all. He's past 25 now, and y'all, when you start having those injuries to your lower extremity, your ankle, your Achilles tendon, your foot, and all that kind of stuff, man, it takes a lot of tread off your tires. What y'all think?
I agree, man. You can't stop and go like you used to. You can't run those routes like you used to. You can't pick up the speed like you used to.
So true.
Depends on how his rehabilitation went. We shall see.
Patrick Robinson told us that kept having hamstring and Achilles strings and all this kind of stuff. That just caught up to him after a while.
Right. We shall see, sir. Time will tell. If Michael Thomas can put his money where his mouth is.
All right.
Hey, family, love y'all.
Hey,
my wife having
hey, how you doing there? Much love to you. Much love to you.
She gonna be calling on Rem say, here he comes.
How you doing?
Happy Friday.
Same to you. Much love to y'all.
Yeah, man. You know how it is. We all family. We all lovely. But like I said, man, we didn't want the Saints to get off to a good start next year. Just keep your nose clean and just win. Don't start out 0-5, 1-4, and nothing like this. Come on now. Cause like you said, y'all, it's gonna be a tough schedule, and we don't need to start out the gate stumbling. We need to start out running. What y'all think?
I definitely agree.
Yeah, we got it. That's always a bonus right there, Uncle Paulie, and a good idea, man, to get out there and make it happen. But like we said, we got to make the right decisions, and we got to be able to do this thing the right way. We need wide receiver help as well, and offense definitely need more attention. I mean, I can respect what they're doing.
I'm with y'all. I'm scratching my head.
We need a few more offensive moves.
Guy. I know they're trying to replace Marcus Williams, and that shouldn't be hard. I mean, drafts even through Sean Payton and his team, why are you not wanting to bring in young guys and teach them how to play pro football? I just don't understand that. I mean, is it just a lack of the coach's abilities, or they just don't want to, or they just think the rookie gonna come here and just be a Pro Bowler his first year and set the league on fire? It just don't work like that no more, y'all. They ain't making them kind of players like they used to. What y'all think?
It's a vision. I mean, if you get a player that fits what you're doing, that can really help. So I mean, they have to do their due diligence here. But like I said, I think we can get veterans and mix them in right there and kind of take the pressure off the young guys, and you can have a more comfortable transition with those guys moving into it, like veterans like Kyle Rudolph or even Eric Ebron in the tight end room to take pressure off of Troutman. If the guy's not ready yet, let's have a guy there that can step up and play, who can teach him how to do it, as opposed to Nick Vanette, who ain't really hitting on nothing for us. Outside of that, right, exactly. And then wide receiver issue. They got wide receivers out there. They might not be the top notch, but the biggest name in terms of that probably would give some excitement to the black and gold would be Will Fuller, a guy that can stretch the field, that's explosive, but he also has a murky injury history. So none of these guys that's left on the board are guys that are far and away. Even Scantlin had his injury histories. He was a good wide receiver, but he was banged up a lot in Green Bay. So, I mean, it's a part of the game. Uncle Paul, stay right there. Let me bring in some more family members. We're going to be cutting off at 12 o'clock. We're going to be cutting off at 12, so I want to get everybody involved and bring them all into the stream. We got T Dirty, we got Brother Brian Turner, and we got Brother Pat Rich. We're going to all bring them into the stream, so the brothers, so you stay right where you is, Uncle Paul. We're going to bring in Brian Turner and the rest of the family members. Y'all welcome to the show. Brother Brian and Brother Pat, welcome on in. Salute to you. Brother Brian, we're gonna start with you, my friend. Welcome to the stream, bro. Let's see what you have to say about the Saints, man. Sorensen and the moves that they're making, bro. Talk to me.
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. It's my first time on, calling from Baton Rouge.
Much love, bro. Thank you.
Very blessed to be here. So I come from more of a place of optimism. Die-hard fan like most of us here. For one, as far as off-season moves, it's a little bit removed from the Super Bowl. So the Deshaun Watson thing kind of took me by surprise because to me, I didn't think the Saints were going to go through with it because of all the turmoil around them. As far as offense goes, well, I'm going to start with defense. Defensively, I believe this team has the kind of defense that can carry them to the playoffs. This is a top 3 unit last year, especially against the run. The offense, I believe that the strength of our offense, especially with the quarterback situation right now, is going to be the offensive line. I think this offensive line was as dominant as any last year, especially when they played well.
Right.
As far as quarterback goes, I know a lot of us are on the Jameis Winston committee, rightfully so. When he played well, this is a former 5,000-yard passer we're talking about. So this isn't a bad quarterback we're talking about, but he's not necessarily a spring chicken. I was in high school when he won the Heisman. So, to me, I think the draft is the most logical approach, especially for the Saints right now. I think this team, wide receiver is obviously a weakness because it's Michael Thomas and everybody else. I'm not saying the other guys aren't very good, but the thing is, they're not as much game changers as a Michael Thomas is. Michael Thomas, even though I know he's kind of spurring some of the Who Dat Nation, Michael Thomas is a game changer. He's one of the top 5, maybe probably top 10 receivers in football, especially when he's healthy. But I think that the identity the Saints are right now, a physical, ground and pound team. This defense, this front seven especially, we saw what they did to the likes of Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers with Game 1. We saw what they do. They destroy offensive lines, and they make life hell for quarterbacks. So I think what the Saints are doing right now is they're focusing on making sure that defense stays intact and ensuring that the identity they have on the offensive side of the ball is still physicality.
Well said, Brian. I mean, well said, bro. That's absolutely true, man. And doesn't it kind of throw a little curve in terms of the draft if Big Jordan is sitting there at the 18th spot, the massive defensive tackle from out of Georgia, and he's sitting there, and Dennis Allen, who's a defensive a guy, sees Davis there, it often wonders what direction would he go in bringing a guy like that. And of course, the Saints could say as well as the draft is littered with wide receivers, and we can get talent there. But it'll be interesting to see. It's very concerning to me to see if they're that their stance is not at least getting a veteran to bring onto the team. So I guess we'll see. There's still a lot of time left to go between here and now. So maybe we'll get a flurry of moves between now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, brother Pat Rich. Brother Pat Rich, welcome to the show, brother. Good to see you on the stream, bro. I ain't hear from you in a while. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, Q. How y'all doing over there, man?
Doing good,
oh,
brother.
Man,
good.
we making it. What's going on, brother?
All right. So here it is, bro. All right. Let's look at this here. Yeah, if we get that defensive tackle from Georgia at 18, that would be nice because guess what? Our defensive line can put pressure on the quarterback, right? Which goes on and causes them to mess up, which gives us most amount of turnovers that we can present in front of anybody. All right. But let's go on. Let's also look at this here. This receiver thing we looking at, bro. The draft is full of receivers. Is it not? Is it not full of receivers? We said that this is everybody is saying until they prove themselves on the field. I understand that. Everybody is saying that this draft class of receivers is the best draft class of receivers that we could have. Right? So why not go on and pull a receiver from there? But the tight end position, right? That's a key component of our whole offense right there, bro. Right? We look at Jared Cook to go on and try to seal a deal or whatever like that as far as a tight end. You know, old Butterfingers over there went ahead on with the San Diego and said, I like this system better than anything else. Well, you got Vince Lombardi there with you. You know, you got Lombardi there with you, who you were used to in New Orleans. But at the same time, no, you know, here nor there, forget that there. What it is this year, dudes, is that we need a rookie receiver. Yes. A player. Somebody who has the attitude, who could challenge Michael Thomas. And when I say challenge him, what I mean by this here is that challenge him in being open on the field. You know what I'm saying? Because Mike gonna get open. Yeah. If Mike isn't still injured or anything like that at all. But you got, you know, when you look at it, what, year before last year, C.D. Lamb, all those guys right there. C.D. Lamb could have tore up whoever in the world they faced in the playoffs, bro. Because Troy Aikman said, man, look, if I had a man covering a man like C.D. Lamb is being covered right now, C.D. Lamb would have 160-something yards right now. Am I correct? Yeah. Tell me I'm wrong, bro. Please tell me when I'm wrong, dude. I know y'all see black on the screen, but then at the same time, though, I'm going to all presenting facts. Let's present facts. If we got the goddamn opening draft right here in front of us, and we have one of the best draft class of receivers, we can get a first rounder, a second rounder, but I'm not looking for a first rounder within receiver. I'm looking for that defensive tackle. I want number 18. I want that boy from Georgia to go there and drop down. I want him to drop down to us. He drops down to us. That gives us a great-ass pass rush. Imagine! David on your monitor next to this ball right here, Mr. Green. Jesus fuck! Can you see it?
Can you see it? Can you see it?
You see what I'm saying?
I just wish we could have a Jamar Chase on offense. I just wish we had Jamar Chase on offense.
No. A Jamar Chase comes along every once in 100 years. You could kiss my ass on that situation. Reason why is because Jamar Chase has a mindset. He has an attitude about him. All right? That's just like you said, oh, can I get a Jordan Jefferson? No, you can't. You can't get somebody with that type of mindset and attitude. That's the reason why, you know, Joe Burrow asked for Jamar Chase, because Jamar Chase has that attitude. Think about it. A football helmet was thrown at the end of the Super Bowl game. Do you know why that football helmet was thrown? Because Jamar Chase had to went ahead and shook the piss out of Jalen Ramsey. Jalen was on the ground.
He was on the ground.
Jamar Chase had that boy beat for a whole touchdown. That would have ended Still, game champions.
So
but
it
was an Aaron Donald. Hold on, gentlemen. Think about this here. It was an Aaron Donald. It could be a T Green. It could be a David Onyemata. Who ends the Super Bowl chances for any fucking team coming through our division?
But you know what?
Travels and it wins championships.
But you know what, P-Rob? It did help to have Eli Apple and Von Bell on that last page covering, didn't it?
Oh, man. You were talking about Eli Apple. What I do was garbage when he was here. Why you even said that name? You need to be stricken and strike from this doggone podcast right now because you said that guy's name. Forget that dude. Okay? We're talking about the defensive line. We're talking about Aaron Donald made a difference. Green, Onyemata, Cam Jordan. Oh, hold up. Let me not forget. Oh, we got a Peyton Ellis. Oh, who else we got back there? Oh, need I say more? I mean, like, bro, we have a constant rotation that we can put in. Defense wins championships. Defense travels. Not offense.
Still got Carl Granderson.
They ain't win it last
Granderson. You got Passengill. Oh, what's the other guy name? Huh? Sway, what you say? We didn't win it last year. Okay. We had a quarterback.
I can't hear you. You're panicking and yelling. I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. We didn't have no quarterback, Sway. Sway, you know me better than anybody else, bro. On this whole podcast. So you can go ahead on. You can Google me or whatever like that there, bro. But what? What did I say?
Championship. Defense win championship.
Defense wins championships. Yes. We win every game. God said it not too long ago. God said it not too long ago. He said, hold up. If our defense was there, yeah, we good. But guess what, though? I wouldn't even say every 5 minutes. I say every 2 minutes within the game clock itself, the ball was being turned back over to another offense.
True.
Why? Why? Because our offense couldn't do anything. Nick Vermette, forget it. The other guy, forget it.
With that being said,
you know what I'm saying?
With that being said,
yeah,
we need to spice up that offense to match that defense.
Well, I'll tell you what, we need a tight end and we need a receiver.
Bam.
No, we don't need just one receiver. We need two receivers, but we need a tight end though. That's our problem right now. Zach Rudolph is out there. I'm gonna lie to you. He may not be the best tight end that's available or whatever like that there, unless you can go down and deal with the Raiders and talk to that boy, you know what I'm saying, who the Raiders got. Man, come on, bro.
That's I know it probably falls.
You see what I'm saying, bro?
Right there.
Unless you can go out and trade for that boy right there and say, look, I'll give you this one pick right here for that boy right there. I need him. I need him. Why? Because he can give me everything that I freaking need right now. But here it is, though. We need tight end and two receivers out of this draft. Do you think we can get them? Possibly. Possibly. But you have a defensive-minded head coach.
Yep.
So, everybody, y'all go on, y'all think about that there, bro. And plus, two, I want you to know one thing. Andrews Pete this year, that some bitch will be bitched. I don't give a goddamn. Andrews Pete,
that's bold.
The bitch.
He gonna be benched?
Bold statement.
Somebody will beat his ass out.
Lord have mercy.
I cannot stand that dude, bro.
That mean Landon Young better step up then, huh?
You bet your sweet candy ass he better step up.
All right, so
That's my brother.
I'm done. But I'm telling you though, Andrews Pete though, bro, that dude needs to go ahead on and ride that pine. I don't care if you renegotiated your deal or whatever like that there. Dude, get on that bench and ride that bitch, bro. Because you can't block worth 2 shakes of a fat rat's ass.
I just don't see how. I mean, anything's possible there, brother Pat. What I'm saying in terms of Andrews Pete riding the pine. I mean, what do you have before him? I mean, that could be a whole position switch. That's on.
You know what? Hold up. Here it is. You want to know something? I know a lot of people hate this guy right now because he got Drew injured and stuff like that there. But I move Ruiz over there before anything else. Because I cannot stand Andreas Pete. I'm serious, bro. That dude is he is okay. How do I put this? He was a load meant for a pillow that should have been swallowed. That's it. As far as this team is concerned, as a human being, he's a great guy.
Okay.
But he was a load for team-wise playing on this football field as we see him right now. We should not have spent that number 1 pick on him. We should have went ahead on and said, you know what? Screw this guy right here. This guy right here, he can go ahead on. You know what? We could have got rid of him. Cut it right then and there. Said, hey, look, we made a mistake. It's a first-round pick. We made a mistake. Shouldn't have tried to let him work out.
Yeah.
He could play left tackle, this, that, the other, all that type of stuff like that there. Guess what? His feet are not swift enough for that position.
Hey, you remember now, that's one of Sean Payton project players. Remember that now.
Well,
project. That was Sean on that one. You ain't lying.
Well, I mean,
guess what though?
He wanted a center. And he took Cesar Ruiz, but Cesar Ruiz spent most of his time playing at the guard position. So
okay, Cesar,
because they got the man playing out of position. All fairness.
Q, all comparing this, bro. How about this here? Cesar Ruiz is playing out of his position, right? But yet, though, what did LaCharles Bentley do? Just saying, dog.
That's a bit of a different. LaCharles Bentley.
What you doing? What you doing? You going there on saying that talent can't be evaluated the same way?
That's a big comp, man. To compare.
But right now, Q, you're saying that talent can't be evaluated the same way?
Depends on who's doing
this
the
is the same.
But I'm saying
these are the same eyes that saw LaCharles Bentley and said, "Oh no, you need to be paying this right here." And this is the same eyes that went on and said, "Oh shit, that's Cesar Ruiz. He could play this position right here. He's a dancing bear."
A dancing bear.
You presented yourself as a certain thing. You're not.
But if he's not, does he have a say on what he plays? I mean, he wants to be a center, but a good. But
trade him.
Hold on,
trade him.
Listen, they're not going to trade Cesar Ruiz yet. They've yet to figure out if he can play the position. He's not a guard, so I mean, you have to figure it out. So I'm not going to call Ruiz a bust because he's playing out of position. So he's.
I'll tell you what, you ain't got to call him a bust, but guess what, though? I call him SOFT, soft, with a capital S,
and a capital T,
with a capital T, SOFT, soft.
Well,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? There you have it, dog, from my brother Screaming A. Smith. We in this bit.
You remind me of Jahari Evans, though.
Yo, I saw that comment in the chat, Pat. That was funny, bro. I saw that comment in the chat. That was hilarious, bro. I was trying to hold that one. But you making some good points.
Hey, bro.
Some good points, bro.
Dude, all I'm saying, bro.
I'm gonna write about our D-line instead of our O-line, yo. It's like, could like the Mario Davis be the next Jonathan Velma, or will Quan Alexander will be the Jonathan Velma? Which one better at line? And also, could could Malcolm Jenkins is finally staying in, or would should we pick up another safety so far? Because I know we
No,
saw.
no more safeties.
What about corners or that a defensive tackle?
We
Because
don't
like I
need no more corners.
Well, PJ Williams is a guy that the Saints could definitely bring back. He meant a lot to the Saints defense. So, and I don't see why what they not take a safety in the draft. I mean, Malcolm Jenkins on that final year of his deal, and Sorensen, even if you like him or not, he's on a 1 year deal. So I wouldn't say safety is out of the realm of possibility.
what about linebacker, or defensive end so far, or defensive tackle so far? Because like I said, I'm more positioned in a D line instead of
Mhm.
an O line.
Well, I mean, the line Quan Alexander's still out there, and I think the Saints are showing interest. They want him to come back. I don't know what the market is right now on him. I don't think it's doing. I mean, I looked it up like last week, and I haven't seen too much shaking with him. But of course, that's one of those situations that will probably pick up as they get close to training camp. When guys like Quan Alexander, they want to bring him in, but the Saints are interested in bringing him back at the linebacker position. Whether they do it or not, we'll see. The Saints did bring in Katavius Street to act in to help with the defensive line, which he plays interiorly or outside the defensive end or defensive lineman. So, yeah, that could be something as well. But you're dealing with a defense. We don't know how Dennis Allen is going to draft in his first year as the man here. He's defensive inclined. So, like a big guy like Jordan Davis from the University of Georgia, if he's available at 18, will Dennis Allen say we're going to forego the wide receiver to get the defensive lineman and plug him next to David Onyemata, and you have that guy here for the next 5+ years? I mean, that stuff is all relative right now. But really, a lot of people saying the Saints defense right now is good enough. I ain't gonna say good enough, but they're better than the offense, which is why a lot of people saying, listen, we need to get something going on with the offensive side of the ball. But the defense, in my opinion, is higher than offense in terms of talent. I mean, from offensive line standpoint, we have to figure out who our offensive linemen are going to be in terms of where they're going to play. I mean, Andrews Peak is slide from guard, and I know Brother Pat Rich was saying what he's saying, but you never know. Pete might move. He might challenge Hurst for the tackle position. Who knows how they might situate this thing? It's flux here, on the offensive line. Cesar Ruiz has to figure out. He's still a young player. He's in his third year, fam. The
Oh
man
my
in his third
goodness!
year playing out of position. So we'll see how it all looks. I'm not really big on Cesar Ruiz, but he's a first round draft pick, and you got to figure it out, man, whether he can play
What
the tackle.
about
Hey,
wide
bro.
receiver? Because we need wide receivers so far. Because should we call up Lance Moore or Marcus Colson to become our wide receiver coach? So far, like I said, we are trouble with receiving in so far.
Yeah, wide receiver. I agree with you, Cameron. I think
That's so true.
that is true. You need wide receiver
Get
help.
rid of Kenny Steels too.
Whether you sign a free agent, now, like I said, I had the list up here early in the show where I showed some of the wide receivers with Will Fuller and T.Y. Hilton and Emmanuel Sanders and D.D. Westbrook and guys like this. They don't really show, electrify the family base, but then also option could be trade. I mean, there's wide receivers out there that's trade. I know Parker from Miami is on the trade block. Do the Saints reach for Parker? Devontae Parker, the wide receiver from the Miami Dolphins. Would you be happy with Parker and Michael Thomas as starting wide receivers? This could be something they can do. So I mean, like I said, still a lot of time between now and the draft for the Saints to figure out, in which way they're gonna move this thing.
Say, bro, I'm gonna give a shout out to T Dirty. That boy said if we get another corner, we better be selling dope. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Brian.
That was hilarious, dude. That was hilarious, bro. Oh man, okay.
Go ahead, Brian.
Down to the one, that was a good one. But yeah, Devontae Parker is a underrated. He's an underrated freak in this league. Devontae Parker is I'm not gonna lie. I just saw that because I've been at work all day. I just saw that Tyreek Hills with Miami now. Devontae Parker. If we were lucky enough to get an underrated freak in this league, not from a speed standpoint, but production wise. Wide receivers are a place of obviously a place of concern for Saints, but I still need another running back. I know the running back room's kind of full, but we need more quality backs. I know having backs is cool, but just in case I'm optimistic the Alvin Kamara situation is going to be solved. I think that this is just
what about Ingram situation, bro?
one
I
more.
like Ingram.
About Mark Ingram in the mix with the.
Of course.
I mean, you mentioned the running back, Brian.
So, Brian, hey, think about this here, right? All right. So we have the Alvin Kamara situation, which happened, yes, but we got this Deshaun Watson situation, which overtakes the Alvin Kamara situation in a way. So I think that the Alvin Kamara situation is going to be a lesser term of punishment, because Deshaun's punishment has to consist of a major punishment because of the accusations that have been made on his behalf. With these ladies who put him in a whole different situation.
Okay.
Accusations
right.
don't.
I understand.
Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying accusations.
No, you good, dog.
Accusations don't necessarily mean punishment. I mean, there's a very strong possibility got free. Saw today, it's going to be reached. It went back to trial. Not trial, but went back to review today, and there was no wrongdoing found. There was no wrongdoing found. There was no evidence found.
Yes, but here it is, though, right? Let's go back to something that happened not too long ago. A Giants kicker was accused of, having improperties with his wife at the time, beating her or whatever like that there, right?
Sure.
And Roger Goodell went ahead on suspended him for a week, okay? Then other allegations and stuff like that and history of this stuff happening came forward. And then all of a sudden, Roger Goodell had to make a big decision to either suspend or, take this player away from the game itself at the time. If you remember that Giants kicker, which that happened with, bro. So that was just the kicker, bro. This is a QB. This is the face of your franchise. You know what I'm saying, bro? If you're gonna treat the situation right, treat the situation accordingly, because this is the face of a franchise, not just because they're being accused of something.
Goodell has been on Sean Payne's ass or that.
Well, Payne out of here. So what we gonna do?
And on that, Mr. There was evidence, and there was evidence on that. The thing is, with that, there was he himself admitted to domestic violence. But the thing is, with Deshaun Watson, is that he's already been found to be not guilty. Now, don't get me wrong, the mainstream media, they're gonna have a lot of Roger Goodell's decisions are kind of liberal. Let's just be real. A lot of his decisions are kind of just.
Oh my God! I remember the time he always does it against Sean Payne or Greg Williams or John and the Belma. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
This dude is like bad news against us, our organization. Matter of fact, he just doesn't want us in the Super Bowl again.
But this.
Go ahead, Brian. Finish your thought, bro.
Oh,
yeah, you got the flow, bro.
Oh, my bad. I was gonna say I'll leave y'all with this. I appreciate for you letting me on. I'm very optimistic about the season. I think that we have the tools to be successful as far as our franchise goes. I think Mickey Loomis has proven himself to be a very quality GM. Main weaknesses we have are weaknesses that we knew we had last year. Between the injury bug and the fact that a lot of unexpected stuff happened last year, kind of But I think that we're either a QB away or maybe just a couple of other weapons away. 11-12 win team. But again, thank you for letting me on. I look forward to it. God bless. Good night.
Thank you, Brian, man. Appreciate
brother.
you.
Who that, baby?
Thank you, brother. And we're gonna end it on that note, family. I'm sorry, Cameron. We got the
I know. Hey, I'll show you my tattoo.
Where is it? Well, let's see.
Who that?
Come on, man. That's a diehard right there.
There you go.
That is a die. Now that
Thanks, I
don't
got
rub
it
off
2
for nothing.
years
Now,
ago.
that's
Thanks,
real ink. That don't rub off for nothing, do it?
I got it from freaking 5 years ago, 3 years ago.
Man, hey,
Steve.
you can rub that piece right off, Swade. I swear to you, bro. Look at here. They got some magic eraser marker ink that you can rub right off of that piece. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. Dude, I appreciate the tattoo, bro. That's beautiful.
Hey, I'm Canadian, by the way. My mom and I are
That's
Saints
beautiful,
fans
bro.
too, by the
That's
way.
beautiful.
And also, our whole family is Vikings fans, Seattle fan, Detroit, anybody. By the way, we're gonna come to New Orleans Saints game anytime soon, throughout before the season start. But I can't wait to see our God. We cannot finish in a close game throughout playoffs. By the way, because our D line cannot cover anybody so far, and also we get screwed by Goodell and officials so far. Things get hit rock bottom so far throughout our organization. By the way, but I'm so excited the Super Bowl is gonna be in Arizona. Even though it's a road Super Bowl in the 2025 is going to be in a home Super Bowl game so far. And Goodell is not going to screw us all over again. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Thank you, Cameron.
All
Thank
right,
you, brother.
brother. All
Appreciate
right.
you. Thank you. I
Hey,
Swade.
let me send me the schedule so I can let my mom know, okay? Just send me the schedule and then also just like text
We
my
can probably
mom.
we're gonna put it in the chat. You can put it in the chat.
Man, you Google that yourself. What the hell are you doing?
Man, leave that man put it in the chat.
Man, look at here, bro. You look that dude going there, he being wasteless right now. Google that shit.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
we about to
And
get
also,
on.
I respect the Pelicans too, but I just don't watch NBA. I just watch the Yankees. You can't tell because
Oh,
of
you're a Yankees fan. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm
that's
so
fine. I
sorry.
respect
Hey,
Derek Jeter and Posada and all of them because you can't tell. You can't
hold on. So
tell
you
because
don't,
he's shaving.
hold up. You don't respect Aaron Judge?
I do respect Aaron Judge. He's
You just said Derek Jeter and all them, but you don't respect Aaron Judge all first. He's still playing right now. What you doing? Where's your Yankee ship? I'm you suspect, son.
And after that, say woo!
And also, I'm a Jayhawk fan too because I can't tell because we've been Jayhawk fans for life, yo. You can't tell because I respect Big Bill Self and Roy Williams throughout the years because of Mario Chalmers and all of them.
You suspect, bro.
Oh man, goddamn!
Okay.
Oh man,
I like your awesome
who
Dragon
that?
Ball shirt. And either way, who that?
Who that,
All
All right.
Beat them Saints. There you go, baby.
Thank you, Cameron.
I listen to that chant every damn day by the time game day kicks off, by the way.
Damn, hold up. Let
we got
say what he gotta say, bro.
Hold on, fam, just a second. We got to cut. We got to leave, but DJ popped in. DJ, I'll give you the full flow for a few seconds. I mean, for a few minutes, bro, before we leave. But welcome to the stream, DJ. What you thinking, bro?
Thank you. I actually wanted to come on here and mess with Swig because he said we weren't gonna make the play-in/playoff.
Did he really say that?
I didn't say that.
Absolutely, he did.
Okay. Then he gonna lie here.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, Q. Roll the beautiful bean footage.
What show was it? That because he pop
let
up on
let the man finish. Let the man finish.
But hey, the two safeties that we signed, I kind of like it, but I mean, what we gonna? Because I'm pretty sure for sure that we're gonna draft another quarterback and possibly a left guard because your boy going to Miami. So, but like, what round we gonna draft though? Like, that's a good question though too.
Good question. You got an answer, Q?
Running back, you saying, DJ?
All right. So my question is, I'm pretty sure we're gonna draft a quarterback because we signed James for 2 years. If we don't sign a veteran backup, we're gonna draft a quarterback, as well as I think a left guard, because the left guard is with Miami, and we're
You mean
also
left
going to draft.
tackle, blindside
Yeah,
tackle, Armstead. Yeah.
yeah, left tackle, and we're also going to need a wide receiver and maybe a safety. Because the safety that we picked up, he's 32. Malcolm Jenkins is 34. But what pick are we going to do that? Because we got like what 7 picks.
DJ, I'm gonna need you to do something for me, DJ. I'm gonna need you to catch up on something, bro. Okay, Ramtech going over the left tackle. All right, right tackle, bro. We're gonna probably go down and put Landon Young right there. Okay. Then besides that, there, bro, we're gonna probably draft a left tackle within the 3rd or the 4th round, bro. I need you to catch up, bro. I need you to really catch up on this here, bro. Because guess what's going on right now? You're going ahead on your lagging. As a Saints fan, you know what we need. And you're not going ahead on predicting what the hell we need right now, son. So I need you to catch the hell up on this here. What's going on?
I tell you what, though, Sean Payton not in the building no more. So guess what?
Sean Payton in the building no more. That's the reason why I'm telling you the way I'm telling you.
Dennis Allen, he's going to
hold on.
the team.
DJ, you asked me the question about the left tackle position. I agree with Brother Pat Rich. I think that the left tackle position will be occupied by Ryan Ramczyk. I think he moves from right tackle to left tackle. My personal advantage viewpoint on that. The left guard position, I still say that could be it could be in flux whether or not they see Andrews Pete at the right tackle. He can stay left guard. McCoy at center and Ruiz could be. Hopefully Ruiz don't start at the guard position. That's a no-no. I think they really need to look at Ruiz, give him an opportunity to start at the center and move McCoy there. They got to give him an opportunity. If not, then move him up out of there because that was a Coach Payton pick. The right tackle position right now they thinking it's James Hurst. I think it shouldn't be James Hurst because James Hurst is not a starting right tackle. He's more like a backup guy that fills in 3 or 4 games for you, maybe 5 games somebody's hurt. And he slides around for you. He's the swing tackle. So, I mean, he's a swing guy. He fills in the guard or tackle if somebody get hurt. I don't think he should be starting in the full-time capacity. I really don't.
Got that right,
He struggles mightily against speed rushers mightily. He's gotten better with the Saints, but I would not want James Hurst to be my starting right tackle. I'm just going
to position our tight end group or should we call Jeremy Shockley to be backup tight end so far?
I mean, Shock is done. Jeremy Shock is done. It's over.
That dude good and retired, man. What the world is dude talking about, bro?
It's 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So, everybody's sleeping tired.
Man, that boy been drinking Patron shots from 8 o'clock until now. Sway, don't do that.
Brother Pat Rich, don't do him like that, bro. The man just spit this. He spit this game.
Oh no! No, Q.
He was talking his game, bro.
Hold up, Q. You'll give it to me any way you'll give it to anybody else, bro, and I'm giving it right back.
He got a point. He got a point there.
Or single swing.
Like I said, I'm more positioned our tight end.
Okay, one more. Go ahead, DJ. Then we gotta leave. We pass our
all right. Point. So my question is, and then I'm gonna try to end the show like I do the Pelicans, but I'm gonna put the Saints in it too. My question is, what pick? What round and who what quarterback do we draft?
We ain't drafting no quarterback. You can forget that.
I think I think at some point, the Saints, you got Jameis on a 2-year contract. Whether they take, I don't think it's a quarterback in the first round. We'll see it, and then it depends on who falls to him too. You really do think the Saints will pass on Malik Willis, and Malik Willis falls to him at 18? Do you think they pass on? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see because the reality is they are definitely going to be looking at a quarterback, whether it's this draft or the next. I don't know how Dennis Allen drafts. Now you can look at Coach Payton and say the same goddamn thing because Coach Payton, you'll be looking in the face saying, Coach, you need some skill set players. And then Coach Payton turn around here and pick up a center. and then play him at guard. So I mean,
what
you
he
know,
did.
that's
Hold on.
he does
Q,
that. In the last couple of first round draft picks was players like we need this, and it was a clear sign the Saints need that position, and he'll take something like out of the blue. The first round draft picks he just takes right out. Now Dennis Allen, he might be more commonsensical and more inclined to be a little bit more commonsensical, and in terms of taking that first round pick, being that he wants to come out the gate and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? He got big shoes to fill following Coach Payton. So if the right quarterback falls to him, and the Saints have been at all of these places now, they've been present in all of these places, and they're actively looking at these young quarterbacks. They're looking at Pinkett. They're looking at Malik Willis. They're looking at Ritter. They're looking at Corral. They're looking at these guys, and whether it's I'm not thinking it might be in the first round, but in the second round they could reach and get a quarterback. Hell, they got two third round picks. The Saints have a first, a second, 2/3, and a fourth round pick. They can do a lot of damage with those picks. They can solve a lot of something good. They can do a lot of stuff.
That's called defense. That's called defense and wide receiver. That is never called a quarterback within any of those rounds right there, because this year quarterback draft.
Dennis Allen is picking now, brother.
But Q, hold on. Let's really look at the situation. Let's be honest with each other, right?
We don't draft no tight end in the first round.
We are not going to draft a quarterback, bro, because basically right now a quarterback should not be drafted. All right, you are to draft, yes, a tight end, wide receiver, defensive lineman, or whatever like that.
But how often are we sitting here in this same position year after year?
So you telling me that you
with another pick?
So Q, you're telling me that Dennis Allen has the same tendencies as Sean Payton, right? You're telling me that Dennis Allen? No, Q.
What I'm saying is that I'm telling you that we don't know how Dennis Allen is going to move here.
So you're gonna be scared like Sean Payton. He's gonna say, I need a quarterback as fast as possible, because basically the same, I don't know what's gonna happen throughout the year.
Listen, that's so true. They got a big board.
Dennis Allen might trade down anything. You never know.
I'm saying I don't. That's what I just said that. I'm saying that we don't know how Dennis Allen is going to select here. He could.
You don't know what I think, Q?
We know that wide receiver is a need, but yet what you're doing here, you're afraid to
Q. I'm about to show you something.
The best wide receivers in the game go. They got guys that's on the trading block. Wide receiver Ryan Parker's one of them. Why the Saints reaching to him?
You want
Q?
We going there now, God damn it. Here it is, Q. All right, bro. Since we gonna go there, let's go there. All right. This is the way I see it. What's going to happen is this here is that James Winston is possibly going to get hurt within the middle of the year, right before trade deadline. Listen to me and listen to me well. Listen to me well when I say this here, gentlemen. All right? The San Francisco 49ers hold the key to what we're looking for right now. We don't know because this guy's shoulder is messed up. Garoppolo, right now.
Jimmy Garoppolo in this daggone offense. That shit dead.
You say that's dead, but let me let you know something though. For a guy who went ahead who brought the 49ers to the NFC Championship game, who was only a touchdown away from going ahead on us, a field goal away, really, from getting where they need to be.
No,
you're not for Garoppolo. I am.
Garoppolo, no.
Why not? Why not? You bullshitting! You bullshitting yourself! God damn it! I'm gonna call bullshit on that there. But you need to be going ahead and line yourself up against a Mexican wall right now and go ahead and be put in front of a sparring squad, because basically to say what you just said makes no sense. No sense. Taysom Hill versus Jimmy Garoppolo. You need to go ahead and put yourself in a box, son, and mail yourself off from Louisiana off into wherever the hell, Saskatchewan, if I want to say that there, Canada, so that way you can be up there with the USFL or whatever the world it is, because you don't need to be in any American football league whatsoever if you say that you would not take Jimmy Garoppolo. Something is wrong with your head, son.
Woo!
Brother Pat Rich.
Hold on, man. You got me amped up. God damn it. Well, let me tell you something, brother. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. If you don't know nothing about the Saints, brother, you better stop talking about the Saints. You know what I'm talking about? Tell him, Pat Rich.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, like, come on, man. If you want to go on, if in mid-season you can trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, if Jameis Winston is hurt, a quarterback who has been to the NFC Championship game, not once, not but twice, also with Tom Brady, who brings a different caliber of personality to the field. We are looking at something that can make a big difference for us later on down the line. If Jameis gets hurt, it's going to be a king's ransom, possibly.
Hold on, Brother Pat Rich. Let me get you straight. Let me see if I can get you clear. You're advocating for the Saints to go and trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying that as of right now. What I'm saying is this here is that in mid-season, let's say, for instance, Jameis gets hurt, right? I'm thinking the 49ers with the contract that they have on Jimmy Garoppolo right now, they're looking at Trey Lance as their future, right? Trey Lance is their future. So they're saying, okay, we're going to take the gamble on this guy right here. But Jimmy G, as we know it, a Chanchetore, all right, as the Italian that he is, okay, we're going ahead on looking at it as, okay, here it is. This guy could go on and give us a future. He could give us a championship, possibly, because of what happens. Jameis Winston gets injured or something like that there. Jimmy G comes in. We give the King's ransom to the 49ers, which they may ask for at the time, or they may go on and say, well, you know what? 3rd round pick, y'all can have it. You feel what I'm saying? But they're not asking for the first, the second, and they're asking for a first, a second, and a 3rd round pick, like everybody else is asking for. The King's ransom. No, and we still have our draft picks right now. And let's say that we are doing good. Jameis gets hurt. Okay, we got who? Taysom Hill? You bullshitting. Forget Taysom. Let Taysom go ahead on and roll by the sidelines. I'll take Jimmy G any day over Taysom. You know the reason why I take Jimmy G? Because Jimmy G will go ahead on and say this here. I'll run the ball. And I'll make sure that we get the yards that we needed. Okay. And if we need to really check out of the situation, we'll check out of that son of a bitch. But we are going to make sure that we have the yardage on the field.
Brother Pat Rich, I hear what you're saying about the Jimmy Garoppolo. You want some insurance, but that kind of insurance is extremely expensive for a backup quarterback in anticipation.
But we want to win now. We want to win now.
And you will win well, but you gotta win the right way. And I think it'll be too expensive.
Oh, now y'all want to play conservative.
No, it's too expensive of a proposition to talk about.
Too expensive of a proposition, but I'm saying though, down the line, we never know what San Fran may ask for. They may ask because they may be doing good with Trey Lance.
They're gonna eat most of his contract to bring him out to send him to the Saints.
They could eat most of his contract. They got the cap room.
I'm not saying that it's not.
And in mid-season, hold on. The salary cap is fake. We all know it already. All right, we're able to put voidable years on the end of people's contracts. Am I correct?
This is what
voidable years.
Yes, non-playable years. Yes.
So if we're able to put this on the end of somebody's contract and say, oh, their contract is worth $40 million, right? But it's not really $40 million. It's only 17 up front. And we're going in on and paying them on the back end of it. But the back end goes in on consists of this much, but this much is guaranteed.
I'm saying
what are we doing?
Jameis Winston's 2-year deal, the concrete facts right now is that the Saints
$21 million
gave Jameis Winston a 2-year contract at $21
million.
Okay, so $21 million guaranteed, right? So that's what we're dealing with right now. So what does that mean? That means that the Saints ultimately going to be looking for a successor for Jameis Winston. They gave him Winston, excuse me. They gave him a 2-year deal. So usually,
okay, let me ask you this here: if we cut him,
brother Pat Rich, because I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry, but maybe we can retouch this subject tomorrow. If we
check on Cameron, I think he's asleep.
Oh, I'm right here, yo. I'm just so.
All right, brother.
Q. One question is this here.
Q. Stafford and the Lambs. That's
hold on.
Let me finish my
Q,
thought.
I know you want to finish. Q, I know you want to finish, but I have one question though. If we cut Jameis after this year, what is going to count against the cap, and how much is the cap going up? Because the one thing about this here, with the Amazon deal, with the Peacock deal, with the NBC deal, with the ABC deal, with the ESPN deal that's also coming in. Besides that, is there not some other deals that's coming in also, bro, as far as a streaming process?
Well, let me answer that one. Okay, so if you cut Jameis Winston,
I'm asking about how much the cap is going up, because basically to say what's going to happen this year is that at the end of this year, all right, projected before COVID, this cap was going up at least $20 million. All right, it was going from 200 million to 220 million. Okay, so now this year, what is it going up? Besides that, there with all the new deals that are also signed with it, Amazon, Netflix, whoever in the world decides to stream games or whatever like that, there, who else is going to go out and put forward money for this contract negotiation to even go up even further? You feel what I'm saying, bro?
You cannot.
So that goes ahead on. That brings our salary cap money up even further. Am I correct? So if we cut Jameis, and then we go on and say, okay, Garoppolo, you our guy for the next 4 years or whatever like that there, and we can offer him that healthy contract with Jameis being cut or whatever like that, bro. You see what I'm saying, dude? It's a whole dog. My ball game in my head is this here, is that there's a difference of going up and going down. And right now, we can go up and throughout the year, deal with the salary cap and deal with whatever else that has to happen. Because throughout the year itself, we add on more salary, do we not?
Jesus, salary cap, I prefer.
That's the reason why we're over, right?
All right. Well,
let me say this. It counts the top 53 salaries. Now, don't forget that counts the top 53 salaries here. So yeah, we have the ability to, if you're talking about make the money work for a Garoppolo deal, I mean, that's one thing versus them actually doing it. I don't think that they're gonna go and Jimmy Garoppolo, who's currently sitting on a year where he's estimated to make $24 million of the money here.
No, it's 19.8.
That's still a lot of money to have as a backup. Nobody gonna pay their backup $19 million a year in case.
I'm saying if Jameis gets hurt and King's ransom is there, and you're looking to go ahead on and finish.
But that's a whole nother scenario altogether. Is that I would go and get Garoppolo in case that'll cost me $19 million. Your number.
No, Q.
Or in Q. What if he doesn't get hurt? What if Jameis fulfills the entire season?
I'm not. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Jameis fulfills the entire season, that's cool. Leave that alone. There is no Jimmy Garoppolo in the situation. What I'm saying is this here, is that if Jameis gets hurt, you have the option to go ahead on and grab a Jimmy G.
But I'm still not paying no $19 million for no Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay, so here it is. It's mid-season, right?
Okay.
49ers have paid how much to this man already?
I don't care.
It depends on where if it's mid-season, then you cut off half the season, the games or whatever.
Now you see where I'm coming from, Q.
And you would eliminate that amount of the salary. So yeah, it'll drop to a degree.
It'll drop, and then we'll be able to possibly afford it and maneuver the numbers according to how they go.
Yeah, but that's for a way out there scenario in terms of
It's a way out there scenario, bro. But I'm telling you though,
there, bro, way out there, because that might not even be a way the Saints even look at it. If Jimmy Garoppolo, I mean, Taysom Hill, it's already been reported that Taysom Hill, the experiment that Coach Payton had him operating as a quarterback, that's something that they're not looking to revisit. So
I still got the FanDuel. I still got my FanDuel bet on that right now, bro.
Well, I mean, that's what they're saying. We just have to wait and see if this gets fulfilled. But outside of that, the quarterback position, the Saints have a 2-year contract with Jameis Winston coming off an injury. Jameis, I think he will play, and he will play well. The Saints will more than likely look. I mean, if I just showed you the numbers of 230 plus mil or whatever it is, that is forecasted to be for the 2023 season, or whatever the case may be. If the Saints they have the draft capital to get a young quarterback in the draft, they are scouting these young quarterbacks if they go in that direction. But they're also, if they feel like they're comfortable going into free agency and picking up a veteran to kind of get them through that, they'll look at that as well. So I mean, but I'm anticipating Jameis Winston being there for him, and if not, then we'll see where your scenario ends. But I'm gonna have to end it on that, fam. We're gonna have to pick it up tomorrow and come back. Swade, you gonna pop up?
Yeah, I got
tomorrow?
the salary cap for baseball.
No, we ain't. No, we not.
We're not doing that tonight. We doing Saints football tonight.
Listen, everybody. Listen. It was an awesome conversation. We're gonna continue this tomorrow, hopefully. Love you guys. Who that? 12:27. Hold on, my man right there. It's 12:27. We had an awesome talk. We're gonna continue this tomorrow. My dog P-Rod, my dog Cameron, my dog DJ, Paulie, Q, you the man. Everybody in the chat, love y'all. You heard me? Merry Christmas.
Love you too, Sway, bro.
And we out this thing.
Peace.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome. Number one sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons. We won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back, who gets in the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game, party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Thank you.